You think celebrities have it all figured out? Think again, because sometimes the people who embarrass them the most are their own kids. From shocking questions to brutally honest comments, these children said things their famous parents definitely weren't ready to hear. And one of these moments got so awkward, the celebrity actually wanted it cut from the show. Let's get into it. Jamie Foxx may be one of Hollywood's biggest stars, but according to him, his daughter completely changed the way he looks at nightclubs. And the reason is hilarious.
I hate going to the club in LA, because I was going to 10, and these girls pull up, and I'm outside the club, I'm about to go in the girls' club. Oh my God, Jamie Foxx! I'm like, what's up? We go to school with your daughter. Oh. Are you going in the club? No, it's a open house. That I'm gonna go see it. So I mean, I just have to be careful.
Sofia Vergara is known for her glamorous appearance, but apparently her son has never been afraid to remind her that she's still a mom. One simple comment before school caught Sofia completely off guard.
Remember, I think that was around the time one time, like I was dropping him to school and he turned around and said to me, Mom, don't forget that tomorrow it's like the parents-teacher thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, sure, I know. He's like, and then he was gonna close the door and he turned around and said, don't forget to dress like a mom. I was like, I'm like, wait, don't just say that and get out of the car. What does that even mean?
For most kids, meeting Mark Ruffalo would already be exciting, but one preschooler wasn't interested in Mark Ruffalo. He wanted to know if he was actually the Hulk.
And this little boy, Nicholas, sat across the table from her, and I was coloring with her and doing the things you do with a preschool child.
Absolutely.
And he looked up at me and he said, Are you the Hulk? And I was like, well, no. And my daughter's like, yeah, he's the Hulk. And he said, can you turn into the Hulk? And I was like, she's like, do it, Daddy, do it. So I went, and he went,
But not every kid is impressed by their famous parent. Hugh Jackman spent years playing one of Marvel's most iconic characters, so naturally, you'd expect his son to think Wolverine was pretty cool. He didn't.
At 13.
Yeah.
And the guy was peppering him with Wolverine questions over and there was, my son was saying nothing. And I'm in the room next door and finally I hear this, listen, my dad is nothing like Wolverine. He is not tough. He's not cool. Don't ask me any more about it, right?
Chris Hemsworth may be Thor to millions of people around the world, but to his 4-year-old daughter, he was just dad. And apparently dad was responsible for answering one very complicated question.
Yes, of my boys at the moment. She came to me the other day and she's like, you know, Papa, I want one of those things that Sasha and Tristan have. I'm like, what do you mean? So, you know, the things in between their legs that you have. I was like, well, you see, you know, girls, and then my brain's like, how do we handle this, you know? It's like, girls have breasts. I don't want breasts. I was like, okay. She goes, I really want one. I'm like, a penis? And she's like, I want a penis. I'm like, okay.
A little 4-year-old saying, I want a penis.
Yeah. And I was like, she's 4. You know, I was like, you know what? You can be whatever you want to be. And she goes, thanks, Dad.
Jack Black has made millions of people laugh throughout his career, but at home, his son has apparently discovered a completely different way to entertain himself by attacking his dad.
Young Ninjas is the name of the class. The only thing is, it seems like all they teach him is how to injure me.
yeah.
And now, he literally jumps out and surprises me. I have to be on guard at all times. He's like Kato. Did you ever see Pink Panther?
Yeah, Pink Panther,
He will leap out and attack my genitals. Because just imagine that dude coming at you and attacking your testicles.
Zach Galifianakis started telling a completely innocent story about his young son. Then his son said something that made Zach immediately regret telling the story on television.
My son,
Who's 2?
he saw me that was peeing. It was 3 in the morning. No, and I was done, and he walks up to me, and just the way he said it, he goes, Dad, Can I touch your big penis? I really want you to cut.
Bill Hader's daughter wanted to make herself breakfast. It sounded innocent enough until she opened the pantry.
Daughter walks around as like a princess, and she will walk in. I go, oh, hello, Hannah, how are you? And she'll, you know. And then she's like, I'm going to make my breakfast. And I was like, oh, good for you. And then she walked into our pantry, and she saw we had no cereal, and I just hear her go, at 5 years old. And then she came out as a princess. She's like, whoa, where are the Fruity Pebbles? Where are the Fruity Pebbles? I'm not kidding. I was like, whoa.
Parents eventually discover that young children have absolutely no filter. Emily Blunt learned that lesson during a bath with her daughter.
I was not yet at the point where my body was just really embarrassing to my child. You know, when you become a teenager and you see your parents naked, you're like, ah! Like, it's like the worst thing in the world. And so I got into the bath with her, and she looked at me and she goes, whoa, mama, big. Like,
No. Oh, really?
and I went, we are never bathing together.
Kristen Bell voices one of Disney's most recognizable characters, but somehow her daughters aren't impressed. In fact, when Kristen suggested dressing up as Anna for Halloween,
Must have seen other people dressed up as the characters before.
And I have as well, but not my character. Because, look, Elsa, I'm as big an Elsa fan as you could get. And the last 2 years at Halloween, my daughters have insisted on being Elsa. And I said, you know what could be cute? What if I went as Anna? And they were like, no. We want to match. They like to match, so I've gone twice as Elsa.
Lisa Kudrow was part of one of the biggest sitcoms in television history, but her son never seemed particularly impressed by it.
Son old enough to watch Friends yet? How old is your son?
Well, he's 16.
Oh, so then he is old enough.
He's old enough. He's old enough, and he's old enough to know that he's not that interested.
Oh, he's not that interested.
Yeah, so.
Being a member of Metallica sounds like the ultimate bragging right, but apparently Kirk Hammett's kids didn't get the memo.
Your kids excited that their dads are part of Metallica? Are they, does that make them cool, or you cool?
Well, for me, I mean, you know, my kids think that guitar playing is boring.
They do?
Yeah, and so, yeah, can you...
Adam Scott thought his daughter had left him one of those emotional little notes every parent dreams about. He waited until he was on the plane to open it, and then he read 2 words he definitely wasn't expecting.
Going on a trip, and she, as I was leaving, she said, Daddy, I put a note in your backpack, but don't read it until you're on the plane, okay? And I was just like, oh my God, my daughter. Like, that's the stuff you dream about when you have children, particularly daughter, for whatever reason. I just always wanted that sort of like love from her. And so I get on the plane, and then I'm like, oh my God, this note. Go into my backpack, and I find it in the front pocket. There's this like Post-it that's been folded in half, and open it up, and it says, you suck.
Kobe Bryant was one of the greatest basketball players ever, so you'd think his daughters would listen when he gave them basketball advice. Apparently, not always.
Both of our daughters, Natalia and Gianna, when they started playing, you know, I'm like, all right, maybe you should like shoot like this a little bit, and they're like, no, I got this. It's right. I'm like, dude,
I'm me.
wait, seriously? Seriously? There's like a little break in the action. I'm like, hey, Mija.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Come here. Hey, when you get the rebound, you should do this. And she's like, but the coach said, I'm like, oh, God. God, what am I doing?
Judd Apatow built a career making millions of people laugh, but his daughter has a very different opinion of his comedy.
You know the love you feel from your daughter right now?
Yes.
Soon that'll be gone. She says to me the other day, and she says this really seriously, she's not joking. She's like, Dad, I hate your jokes so much that sometimes my friends make jokes which are funny, but I don't laugh because you make jokes.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
She's saying your comedy is so horrible to her, it has ruined all comedy for all time.
It's completely turned. And then if anyone likes me, that bugs her too. So on the rare moment that someone walks up to me and is like, hey, I liked Knocked Up, it really made me happy. The second they walk away, she mocks them. And she's like, I really enjoyed your film.
Most parents hope their kids will support their dreams. Reese Witherspoon's son took that idea to another level. He doesn't just support her career, he wants her to win everything.
Like, my youngest kid is super invested in my career. My other two could give 2 craps. But my youngest is like,
Mom, can you get an EGOT? And I was like, well, I'm gonna have to work a lot harder. And he's like, well, then get going.
What do we need to do?
He wants me to win a Tony so bad. And I'm like, do you know what a Tony is? He was like,
Sometimes, celebrity kids don't even have to say anything to steal the show. Robert Kelly was in the middle of a serious live BBC interview when his children suddenly entered the room.
Just one of those scandals.
And what will it mean for the wider region? I think one of your children has just walked in. I mean, shifting sands in the region. Do you think relations with the North may change?
I would be surprised if they do. Pardon me. My apologies.
What's this going to mean for the region?
My apologies. Sorry.
Keeping up with your kids is hard enough, but keeping up with their slang, that's a completely different. Ryan Gosling took his daughter to one of the most famous museums in the world. They saw priceless works of art. They stood in front of the Mona Lisa, and her reaction, not impressed.
My youngest has a real power move where she'll here's an example. We got to work in France, and so we went to the Louvre and we saw, Winged Victory, we saw Venus de Milo, and we're standing in front of the Mona Lisa, and she turns around and she goes, "This museum?" And I said, I said, why? And she went, because it is not good.
Yeah, NG.
And then the real power move is sometimes she'll turn around and she'll just go.
Kit Harington may have played one of television's most serious characters, but his son discovered that imitating his dad was much more entertaining.
Good, he's 5 now. He started to rip the piss out of me, which is fun. He's 5 and he started to rip the piss. Yeah, I was driving to school the other day and he was in the back of the car and I just heard this kind of, "Oh, isn't that a lovely field? Look at that lovely field. Aren't we lucky to live here?" And I was like, he was like, "Aren't we fortunate to live here? Oh, look at this." I was like, are you doing me? And he was like, "My name's Daddy. I love you." Good job, bud. I don't know if he's starting to be an actor or what.
Even celebrities aren't safe from their kids walking in at exactly the wrong moment. When Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian were kissing, Kourtney's son had one very direct question.
Mom, stop making out with Travis, bro. Didn't you just have a baby? Don't get another one this quick. Are you giving her a hickey now?
No.
It's a gentle kiss on my neck.
Steve Harvey thought he was having a private moment backstage. He was wrong. His son secretly recorded him doing his famous mustache routine and then posted it.
I didn't release the video.
Who released it?
My son did. I'm doing my mustache. It's a private moment. My son was in the dressing room. I'm in Africa. And I don't know that he's doing this because he's my son, so I don't have to watch him. And then who told his stupid behind to post it? Then he posted it. And it went crazy, and now everybody talking about...
Tina Fey found a hilarious way to describe what it's like having a teenage daughter. And if you've ever had one, you might recognize the feeling immediately.
Having a teenage daughter is like having an office crush, because you just always you're thinking about them a lot more than they're thinking about you. And you just go up to their door and you're like, a bunch of us are gonna eat dinner. You're probably busy. Some of us thought it would be cool to put a movie. Never mind. And they just look at you they're looking at their phone
Yeah, can you just move on?
Imagine finishing a professional acting job, only to come home and get bossed around by your teenage son. That's exactly what happened to Billy Crudup.
During the film class, he and his friend Zev and Cole, the three of them made a movie, but in the film, he decides to cast mom and dad. But I was filming it when I was coming home on the weekends and stuff from working here. So needless to say, I didn't want to go from the paid working gig to the non-paid working gig while I'm being directed by my 15-year-old.
Right.
Who says things like, "Well, that's a stupid choice, Dad, do it better." And also, too, he would wake me up for reshoots. Needless to say, I was thrilled that the character that I was playing was aggressively angry and discombobulated the entire time. Because it's a surreal experience.
Johnny Knoxville expected a normal parent-teacher conference. Instead, he learned that his son had already mastered the art of saying things at exactly the wrong time.
So what happens at this parent-teacher conference?
Well, the first one with my daughter went great.
Great, okay.
Was totally attentive, was doing wonderful. And then we walked across the way to Rocco's parent-teacher conference. Apparently he has a trouble with knowing when it's appropriate to talk, and the content is a problem.
I see.
He'll raise his hand, and the teacher knows, like, I can tell by the look on his face that he's going to say something. He's like, raise his hand. Is this appropriate, Rocco? When I was born, my head was so big that I couldn't come out the natural way, so I had to come out the other way.
And he ended up keeping a hilarious memory from that day.
I was just taking photos of my wife the whole time.
And this was?
There's one. These are all, yeah. There's a host of pictures. That was on the my head had to come out the other way story.